The burning conflict in Gaza has lit a spark under untold numbers of American voters and is putting the heat on President Joe Biden's re-election bid. This was supposed to be a rally for abortion rights. Instead, much of Biden's Tuesday speech was interrupted by protesters, angry over Biden's support of Israel's military campaign, clearly frustrating the president.
To make deeply personal, we're going to have this going to go on for a while.
That protest was organized by Die In for Humanity, a 700-member-strong protest group that has made nearly 100 appearances at Biden events, the U.S. Capitol, outside administration members' homes, and at this January protest in Washington.
We're seeing a shift in the tide in the United States with complete rejection, in essence, of Biden. And that's what we're saying, is that you're not going to get the vote of the Arab American community when you constantly continue to disregard the voices of the Arab American community that are saying stop the injustice and the atrocities in Gaza.
The White House said Wednesday the president supports peaceful protest.
He also believes it's really important that Israel have the right and the ability to continue to defend themselves against what is clearly still a viable threat from Hamas. But that doesn't mean that we're going to stop, again, urging a stronger focus by our Israeli counterparts on minimizing civilian casualties and on getting aid in.
Political analysts say Biden is in a difficult position.
There's no doubt that the situation in Gaza is a political problem for Biden. If you step back and look objectively, Biden has handled this issue adroitly, about as well as any president could. He understood early on that by hugging Bibi Netanyahu close, he could keep some of the worst things from happening in Gaza, but he's now getting very close to pushing Bibi aside. And that means that the initial move, which alienated a lot of voters, not just Arab American voters, but young progressives, may in fact end up being worse for him, because if he pushes or spurns Bibi Netanyahu aside, then some of his strongest supporters, pro-Israel supporters, may be unhappy as well.
Foreign policy analysts say rarely drives elections, but can make a difference when the competition is tight. This undecided New Hampshire voter, who participated Tuesday in a primary vote that Biden and Republican contender Donald Trump won for their respective parties, said his decision comes down to one thing.
Biggest thing I'm voting for this election season is foreign policy. It's really important to me that we stay out of any foreign wars and keep our military spending down and bring our troops back home, or keep them home.
Trump's plan to resolve the Gaza crisis is unclear, and his previous actions as president included a much-criticized ban of Muslim immigrants. VOA reached out several times to the Trump campaign, but they did not respond. For Muslim activists, it's a stark choice.
Mr. Trump prevented our friends and colleagues and family from entering the country, but Mr. Biden killed them. And that 4 years under any Republican is incomparable to one day in Gaza. That an argument has emerged within our communities that we have to sacrifice.
This leaves American voters with two tools to express their feelings about what is happening here: their voice and, come November, their vote. Anita Powell, VOA News, Washington.